Like any other creative person, I started discovering art as soon as I could hold a pencil and never ran out of inspiration. Till the time I grew up and got an actual job. I joined an advertising agency as a graphic designer and suddenly couldn't draw dinosaurs. Instead, we had to advertise fridges and residential buildings, and I had no idea how to get inspired on demand. Our art director told us to research the work of competitors and do something similar. That was boring. My friends suggested that rave parties will induce inspiration. I couldn't go to the rave parties because my salary was too little. Although it's a matter of priority. With my first salary, I bought 5 pairs of shoes. Anyway, I started producing mediocre designs. As in the same time, I was completing my film directing course. Soon I learned about an interesting concept of a super task. Every good movie, our teachers said, needs to have a purpose beyond just telling a story. A message that can change lives in a way, like love can overcome societal norms and challenges, or we must preserve nature and coexist with diverse communities. And once the super task is defined, then choice of actors, plot, scene settings, dialogues, everything serves this single core concept. Once I directed a music video where people were doing nothing but kissing for the entire duration of the song. And what is the super task of this? Professor asked. I myself had no idea, so I challenged her. If you have ever loved, you would have understood. That didn't work. She made me redo the entire project from scratch. That's how I first learned about the importance of a super task. I started looking at good design projects and asking myself, do they also have a super task? It definitely seemed so. Every font, color, slogan, everything in them, everything was shooting at the same target. But how to find coordinates for this target? Well, on x-axis, we definitely have client requirements. Let's say client wants a website for a book writing course, which was my actual project. He wants it to be catchy and inspiring. Then, what do we put on the y-axis? It took me a few more years and experience in human relationships to find that out. On the y-axis, I put a need that a user will meet by consuming my client's product. It sounds very simple, but here it's important to understand what can be called a need and what cannot. I'm talking about the universal needs that every human can empathize with. For example, writing a book is not a need, because some of us may want to write it and some of us may not. Moreover, if I don't want to write a book, I won't be able to empathize with the ones who do. Becoming famous after writing a book, it also is not a need. Let's refer to this list of universal human needs. Let's see which needs can be possibly met by learning to write books. I'd say creativity, discovery, learning, growth, purpose. Let's take on the one need and put it on the y-axis. I'll take discovery. And now, I will focus on this intersection. I'll take a sheet of paper and write down everything that comes to my mind when I think about discovery and book writing. And I will not filter my thoughts at all at this time. It can be done later. But now, because I'm writing while keeping in mind a need that I can personally empathize with, magic is going to happen. So here is how the mind flow could possibly look like. Discovery, travel, flights, space travel, first space mission, 50s, Ray Bradbury novels, love in outer space. Once I'm done, I'll take the concepts that I like and combine them into a single idea. Here it can be something like exploring outer space with your partner, imagined in 50s. And this is visualization of our need and the target for all our arrows. I'll keep it in mind at all times when I'm working on this project. But let's try it together. Let's choose the font for the headlines. Which one would you go for this project? Okay, I'll go for number 3 because it resembles an old handwritten love letter that could have been written in 50s. Let's look at the color combinations. Which one would you choose? Okay, I would go for number 2 because it will allow me to use old photographs and give them a romantic pink accent. In the same way, I'll question every element that I'm putting into the design. Here's the final version I got in the end. Client and his students liked it, and soon I got another project for another book writing course. And then another one. And one more. Yes, there are as many book writing schools in this world. For each of them, I picked up a different need, and inspiration on demand came easy. So, next time you are lacking creative ideas, just visualize a need that your client's product fulfills in this world. Hold on to this vision till your work is complete. Embracing empathy and understanding of human needs is known to be beneficial in our relationships with others. But it can also become your guiding star that fuels inspiration. May your creations not only capture attention, but touch the core of human existence. Thank you.